All right, here we go. Jody King here. Thanks for being with me. We're going to talk today about like being creative in these crazy, weird, uncertain times. And I was just saying before I hopped off and hopped back on that I'm actually super, super grateful that I am a creative person right now because I have an outlet. And if you're on here, you're probably super creative too. So, you know, it feels really good. I hope that you're able to create. I did a video a few days ago. I was kind of feeling like I was in a bad place, and I did a video about how I hated all of the work that I was creating, and I was just kind of in the muck of it, and I wasn't sure what was going on, and I figured it out. And I figured out that the work that I'm creating is like the stuff that I've done for so long, but the truth is that the person that I am right now, sorry, sorry, I had to burp. Sorry. The person that I am right now is just really, really different than the person I was even a week ago. So my work, or your work, is obviously going to change. I can't, let's see. I can't see any comments or anything, so I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm just gonna keep going. So if I'm not answering your comments, it's because I can't see them for some reason, but that's all right. All right, so I'm going to talk about ways that we can create and be creative in these uncertain times. Like, one of the things that I like to do is when I create, we've talked about this, I like it to be really honest work, but at the same time, I don't like feeling like shit. So I want to like keep my energy up. I want to stay positive. And I want my work to be expressive and have that feeling as well. So anyway, thanks for letting me know that I'm alive. Okay, so what do I do? There are several things that I do to keep my energy up. Number one, I talked about this before, but I meditate. I'm a huge meditator, and that just sounded weird, that I'm a huge meditator. What? That's just very, I don't know, that seems strange to me. I guess it's being better than being like a huge like masturbator.
No, that's even better. That's so much better.
Sorry, this has gone down a dark way. Anyway, big into meditation, and in addition to meditating, what I do is I will try to do like a 10 or 15 minute meditation, and at the end of the meditation, I do like this manifestation practice, where I try to sit for at least 2 minutes, because there's actually been some scientific studies that have shown this, that if you will sit in a feeling that you're trying to manifest for 2 minutes, that that energy actually will come to you. So I try to sit in a state of, oh, am I bothering you guys?
I'm sorry.
Sorry. I felt like it was picking up on the sound. Anyway, so I like to sit in joy, I like to sit in peace, and I like to sit in abundance. So it's what I do is it's kind of similar to what happens when you think about a lemon. So for just a minute, if you'll join me in this, okay? So I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to think about a lemon, a really, really juicy lemon. And when you slice through that lemon, now we've got 2 halves, and it's really, really juicy. And then we quarter that lemon, and you can see it, you can smell it, right? There's that lemon zesty smell. Now, imagine that you're biting into that lemon. What do your cheeks do? Can you feel that sourness kind of in the back parts of your mouth? It's like you can almost experience it without having to eat that lemon, actually. So that's what I do for manifesting joy, abundance, and peace, is I will think about times where, like, for joy, I have been laughing my ass off, like just you know, those times where just tears are streaming out of your cheeks. I mean, not cheeks, eyes. And I will sit in that space of just pure unadulterated joy, just joy. And I will sit with that feeling for at least 2 minutes. And what I find is that the more that I do that, the more joy actually comes into my life. And I do the exact same thing with peace. So I think about those times where I have felt the most peaceful, whether it's laying in somebody's arms or somebody laying in my arms, and I just feel just immense sense of peace. Or maybe it's laying on the grass and I just stay in that feeling of peace. And then it's crazy, like more peace comes into my life. And then I do the exact same thing for abundance. I think of times where I have felt the most abundant, whether it was on a boat, watching the sunset, having a fantastic glass of wine, and I just feel the abundance of the sun, of the wine, of the company, of all of this abundance. And then all of this abundance, you know, I feel like I live a very, very abundant life. So those are the 3 ways that that I change my energy and try to raise my energy level. And then, of course, I talk about this all the time. Kitchen dancing is real, you guys. I love you too, Don Burton. Kitchen dancing is real. But it not only is really, really good for you, but I mean, it's great for your spirit. It's great for us energetically. And who cares if, like, you don't even have to worry about somebody watching you. I mean, it could be your family, but hopefully they're okay with you, with your dance moves. I mean, mine are, because I'm such a great dancer, basically. Kidding. Anyway, all right, so when we going back to creating in these uncertain times, these are things that we can do that actually enhance our creativity, enhance our energy levels, and just keep us much more positive. Now, what about the resistance? Okay, so we all have resistance when it comes to creativity at some time. I read all of your comments that you leave for me on Instagram, and I hear a lot right now, because I posted that video, but I hear a lot right now about people being super, like, they just feel off, they don't want to, they don't, so sorry, my sister just wrote something that made me laugh. So anyway, people are having a hard time creating right now, and I think a lot of it has to do with our energy levels and our fear and our sadness and our worry, and all of that is so legit. I get it. But if we as creators are able to put more beauty and put more awesomeness into the world, I seriously believe that we are the ones that are going to be able to change this, along with people on the front lines. Obviously, I'm not that arrogant to say that, but I think you will find that art in all of its forms will be able to elevate us in times like this. So how do you get pushed through resistance? All right, so the first thing is you have to decide, number 1, you're fine with it, you don't want to do shit, and that's okay. You don't have to do anything. You can just be in this time and let it be whatever you want it to be. I talked a little bit about allowing in a previous post, and I was tired of pushing it. I just wanted to allow. So if you just don't want to do anything, I think you should give yourself that permission to do nothing. I said it. However, if you don't want to just do that, and you do want to be creative, and you're just a little stuck, then I have some ideas for you. Okay, the first thing is to admit that you're stuck. So I think it's Lisa Nichols that says we can't heal what we won't speak. So we have to admit, like, you know what, I'm stuck. So once you do that, then you can move on to the second thing. And what I like to do is I like to personify it. So I'd like to personify the resistance by like naming it. So I've talked before about, like, Ursula from The Little Mermaid. When Ursula steals Ariel's voice, you know, it was Ariel against Ursula, and I'm so competitive. I'm Aries, so I'm just thinking, if it's me against this name, like Ursula, like the thief of creativity, then I'm gonna win every single time. So I personify it. The third thing is don't wait to be inspired to show up for your creativity. Even if all you do is decide to write 3 pages, or you want to draw a picture of a flower, just follow whatever is taking you, but don't wait for it to show up. Like, you show up first and just start painting anything you want, even if, and especially if it's not something you would normally paint. Go with that, because so many great breakthroughs are going to be happening right now. We're being asked to change. We are being asked to evolve, and that means that our work is going to do the same. So don't go back to necessarily what you always did. Just try something new and see what happens. And then what may happen is, like, your new stuff may become integrated with your old stuff, and then you've got a lot of like really, really new cool stuff. So so admit that there's a problem, personify it, don't wait to be inspired. And then the last thing, the fourth thing, is let it be ugly AF. All right? Let it be fugly. Because if we're thinking we're going to show up during this time of evolution and unsettling and unbalance, and it's going to be like our best work ever, it might be, which is like, cool, that's awesome. But I think for most of us, it's going to feel a little bit better just to say, you know what, I'm going to show up and I'm going to let it suck. And I'm going to be okay with the suck, because I'm going to move through the suck. So anyway, those are my thoughts on creating right now and in uncertain times, how we can make it easier for ourselves. I'm just going to go back to the fact that I feel like we as creators right now have an enormous opportunity. I was going to say responsibility, but that feels too heavy, and I don't like that. It sounds like a rule, but we have an enormous opportunity. So write that paragraph, write that song, paint that painting, take that picture, do that dance, sculpt that sculpture, do all the things that you need to do. This is a good time to do it. So thanks for being with me. Again, I'm going to be on here Monday through Friday at 1 o'clock, helping you, help us get through this time and make it the best that we can for us as creatives. All right, until next time, please be well. Peace out. Bye.